nursing may not be for you, honey, because cleaning up oh my god, like, oh girl, be for real. Be for real. Nursing is a giving profession. Like, if you're just a nasty person and you know it, look, if you bug with these patients, check another profession. Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Jenn Akuoma. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button while you're here, because you already know what time it is, okay? Subscribe and catch a vibe, because that's exactly what we are over here. If you're interested in how I got my hair to look like this as well, I did do a video on it I think a couple weeks ago. I will link it like up here or in the description box, or both. So if you're interested, make sure to check that out. But yeah, without further ado, let's get right into this video. So today I just wanted to get on the camera and talk to you guys about different nursing topics. I am a senior nursing student. I don't even know how to like react right now, just to say like I'm a senior nursing student and I'm about to graduate. It's like mind-blowing. But yeah, I did want to come on here and talk to you guys about the things that people really don't tell you about nursing when you're first like starting out. And nowadays, like when you look at nursing, you see all the glitz and glamour, but you don't really see too much about the behind the scenes and stuff that you probably never realize you have to get used to or learn, or all types of stuff. So this video is going to be 10 reasons why nursing school may not be for you. By no means is this video meant to like discourage anybody that's doing nursing school or wants to pursue nursing, because I feel like nursing is actually an amazing degree to have. It's very versatile. There's always going to be a demand for it, and you actually help people, like, and I'm actually going to get into that as one of the reasons, but you actually help people and it feels good. So it's like, I love the idea, well, not the idea, but I love nursing as a whole. So this is not to discourage you. If you read this, I mean, if you watch this and you see a couple things here that you're like, I, I can't do it, girl, just calm down, woosah, because just how you learn different tricks and habits going about your life, some of these things you could like learn or unlearn, or you know what I'm talking about. Like, just basically what I'm trying to say is take it with a grain of salt, but not really, if that makes sense. So the first reason why nursing school may not be for you, honestly, is if you're not good with like gruesome stuff or things that are nasty, to say the least. Like, if you're not okay with looking at a pressure ulcer, stage 4 pressure ulcer, if you're not okay with cleaning up like, yeah, if you're not okay with that, smelly at that too, like, there's levels. When I tell you that there's levels to the stink, like, there's levels. Or smells, different smells, because smells don't always have to come from poop. Like, if a body part got necrotic and died, the smell of death, like, there's actually a very distinct smell of a dying body part. If you don't like smells or like nasty things, or things that you see that looks weird or gruesome or grotesque, nursing may not be for you, because honey, it gets real down and dirty. It literally gets real down and dirty. I remember seeing a pressure ulcer for the first time, a stage 4 pressure ulcer for the first time. I was taken back. I was just like, wow, like, I was not expecting that. I could see bone, and it wasn't a pretty sight either. You could see a scar is black some places, red, bleeding in other places. It's a scene. It's really a scene. And it's not, I'm just using a pressure ulcer as one example, but there's other things that could trigger you in that way as well, like maybe like gunshot wounds. I wasn't really good with that stuff either. Like, I used to look at it and be like, oh my god, like, oh. But once you see it a little more, and once you realize like these are people and like you want to help them, so it's like, yeah. But that's number 1. Number 2 on the list is probably very obvious. If you have a needle phobia, nursing is not going to be for you. Like, if you're not good with needles and that scares the out of you, Nursing may not be for you, honey, because you're gonna need to be injecting people all the time. You're going to be doing IM shots, sub-Q shots. You're going to be doing IVs. You're going to be doing a lot of things that has to do with needles. So if you're not good with needles, nursing may not be for you. And I'm not even talking about like you're shaky when you hold it. I'm talking like you literally look at needles and you may faint. Girl, be fucking for real. Be for real. Number 3 on the list of reasons why nursing might not be for you is if you are not a people person. Lord, 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 Lord. The people that are watching this, I want you guys to understand that nursing is a giving profession. Nursing is a selfless profession. You cannot not be a people person and be a nurse. If you are not a people person and you don't like people, you're most likely going to be, I don't even want to say a bad nurse, because technically you don't really have to be a bad nurse, but the overall vision or what a nurse is supposed to be is not going to be, you're not going to embody it, because you need to talk to these people. You need to, I'm not even saying like them, but you can't be rude. You can't be nasty. Like if you're just a nasty person and you know it, or if you know somebody that's doing nursing school and they're just a nasty person inside and out, like just for no reason, probably tell them to check another profession, or if that's you, check another profession. Because you can be nasty to these people. These people are in the hospital. They're here to get help. And yeah, I know like a lot of the times people come to the hospital and they're nasty to you, like the patients. But these people at the end of the day need help. It's not just, oh, I'm just taking care of you on your body and I could just talk crazy to you. Okay, so number 4 on the list of reasons why nursing isn't for you is if you don't like to constantly learn. A big thing that a lot of nurses say is school nursing and real nursing, two completely different things, right? So when they say that, it's really more so because once you do get into the field, the actual nursing field, you are going to be constantly learning, constantly, right up until you start that job till the end. You're always going to be learning something new because there's always something to learn. There's always going to be a disease process that you don't know too much about, that you're going to have to look up because your patient has it. Once you do get into your first nursing job, they orientate you. They maybe, some places do residencies, fellowships. They make sure you're learning always. You're always learning. Nursing school can only teach you so much. They do give you a good base, but the real learning and the real like bulk of what nursing is usually comes from once you start your nursing job. So if you're not into always learning and always learning new things or always having to go out of your way, that's what it is. You have to go out of your way. Like a lot of the times nobody's going to be like, okay, you have this patient and they have like metabolic ketoacidosis, and you remember learning about that. You remember, okay, that sounds familiar, but it's going to be up to you to literally go into your computer and figure out everything about that so that you don't kill your patient. It's just going to be always learning, and if you're not into that, nursing may not be for you. Number 5 of the reasons why nursing may not be for you is if you're not a very active person or don't like being on your feet. It's pretty self-explanatory. Nursing is a very demanding job. You're always going to be on your feet, and yeah, I don't really know what else to say about that. Like even with CPR, you need to, if you are the person doing the CPR, you need to make sure you're going at a good pace, and it can get tiring, but if you're not into the physical demands of nursing, it may not be for you because it's actually very demanding. And number 6, I kind of touched on this already, but if you don't like catering to others, helping others, or being there for someone at their beck and call, I don't want to say servant, but like you're at the mercy of the patient. Like whatever the patient really needs and asks for, you need to deliver. You know what I'm talking about? A lot of the times your patients are bed bound and they're going to need you to do a lot of the work for them, cleaning, eating, or just grabbing something that they need. Number 7 as to why nursing may not be for you is if you're not good at confrontation. And I'm not saying you have to like nook if you bug with these patients. But I'm just saying, like, patients can be difficult, patients' families can be difficult, problems do arise. So it's like you have to be good at de-escalating situations, figuring out what de-escalation tactic works for each situation, because they're not all going to be the same. But you cannot get aggressive in this field of work, because the patient will report you, and that just looks bad on you. Like human resources will get involved or whatever. If you feel like you're a very aggressive person and you might start yelling back at the patient or even hitting them, that's not how you deal with confrontation, at least not in the hospital. And that's why it's good to be a people person, because usually people persons or people usually people are good with confrontation, because they deal with it a lot in real life, because they talk to people. If you're an introvert, and I'm not saying introverts can't be nurses, but if you're an introvert and you don't have a lot of people skills, it's probably going to be really hard for you to talk to these patients, because you need people skills to speak to people. But yeah, that was number 8. So number 8 is if you're too shy or / introvert, and for the reasons why I just said, so I'm not really gonna go too deep into that. Number 9, poor management skills and not a good multitasker. This is very, very, very important. Like, if you feel like your multitasking skills or time management skills is poor, like piss poor, then you need to fix that, because you're going to start drowning. And that is something you can learn on the job. I'm not even gonna lie, like, I feel like you can learn time management on the job, because that's when you learn exactly what things you want to do, when you want to do, how you want to do it. But you have to have some type of base foundation for that type of stuff. Like, if you already are a horrible organizer, your time management skills are just crappy, you're going to start drowning, you're going to get backed up on meds, you're not going to be able to fully take care of all your patients, you're going to feel like you're a chicken running with your head cut off. I'm not saying that if you're not perfected with these skills you shouldn't try it. I'm just saying, like, if you know, like, you know yourself, because I know myself, and I'm not gonna sit here and say I have the best time management or the best, like, multitasking skills, but I know that I could adapt if I have to. I know that, like, I could adapt. That's basically what I'm trying to say. If you feel like you are not that type of person that could adapt to having very good multitasking and time management skills, rethink nursing. I feel like that's all I could say. Like, you're really gonna drown, and you might burn out very quicker than usual for nurses. So just keep that in mind. And the 10th and final reason why nursing school may not be for you is if you're not a good critical thinker or fast thinker. You need to be quick, like, you need to be on your feet. Like, if you see a blood pressure that is super wonky, is not usual for that patient, what has changed? Like, you have to think about everything with nursing, and that's why it makes it such a complex job and very hard. But, like, if you see a weird blood pressure, you have to think to yourself, like, you have to literally think about everything. Like, it might just be, like, you might just think, oh, it's just a little off, like, I'll check again in 30 minutes and hope it fixes. But that 30 minutes could be the difference between life and death. And you have to think, like, okay, what has happened in the last 30 minutes that is making this, or not 30 minutes, why am I saying 30 minutes, however long your intervals are for how you take your blood pressures, or if it's on a continuous blood pressure monitor, then you will see it through that. But basically what I'm trying to say, if you see a blood pressure number that is off for that patient, you have to think, what is different? Did I just give a medication recently? Maybe that could be the reason. Let me look at the patient. What is happening with the patient? Do they look okay? Are they breathing? Let me listen to their heart sounds. You have to critically think and figure out if there is an issue. Make sure to basically, like, relay this information to their doctor, or just be on it. Critically think and think about what you're doing. Like, just don't do, just think. It's easier said than done, honestly, but ask for help. Ask people for help. If you feel like you can't understand this or you don't know what's going on, ask for help. And think fast, because situations happen very fast. Patients can deteriorate very fast, and you want to make sure you're on your, like, if you see a blood pressure that's wrong or looks crazy and you ignore it, or you don't think quickly enough and you tell the doctor, like, by the end of your shift, when you should have been told them, that could have been a situation where you don't even know. You honestly don't even know. Like, anything could happen. But yeah, that is the video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't feel discouraged at all if you heard some of these things and you're like, damn, that's me, that's me, that's me. Because a lot of the times, a lot of the stuff that I did read off is adaptable. You can train yourself to have a different mindset, train yourself to look at things differently, train yourself to act differently. So it's not set in stone, it's just like a guide or something to help you look deeper into your decision to either start nursing school or continue nursing school, you know? But yeah, I think that's it. I'm actually going to record another video right now about all the classes that I've taken in nursing school, what I've gotten, basically what was required for me. I get this question a lot actually in my DMs. A lot of people actually ask me like, oh, what classes did you take? What was required? Did you take the T's or anything like that? So I'm just going to talk about it all in that video. So if you're interested, make sure to check that out. I'm not sure which one is going to be up first, but yeah, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video.